Okay, welcome back. We are at turn 7 of Panzer North Africa. Flank Center 75, which is 2nd Alamein, where we're breaking through, or trying to break through, German lines and force the retreat of Rommel in North Africa. So let's get back to the action. So turn 7, turn 6, we saw the breakthrough, the minefields over here, right here, in this area, where the engineers have actually broken through and allowed us to get some of our tanks up here. We've got some AEC Mark 1s leading the way. Now they've got to face some martyrs down here. There's an 88 down here, which is tough, and then there's also a hidden unit up here as well, which we need to discover. Now we're going to try to actually get some of these other Crusader tanks, these guys down here, moving up into the gap as well, and trying to flood through here to keep the show rolling. So that's going to be kind of the plan for this turn, and probably the next turn as well. Also down here, we have the Scorpions finally getting up to the line. Very slow Matilda tanks with the flail apparatus attached to it as well. So they're going to try to break through these minefields down here and hopefully get a second gap going. Meanwhile, the Shermans back here are moving up to support them. We've still got some Crusader support over here before they peel off and head north, but hopefully we'll get the Shermans in position and working from there. But we also have some stuff we've got to take care of. You notice we've got some suppressed units here from where the martyrs had hit us, and we're going to have to get them going there as well. So let's get to the action. So with the first thing, we're on turn 7 and spotting phase. Now this is pretty straightforward again. We're in the desert, so pretty much everybody's going to be spotted for the Commonwealth because they're moving, and all the visible ones for the Germans are going to be spotted. The hidden ones, as we saw up here, and there's another one back here, are going to remain there until we move up and get into contact. So we've got to be careful about what we do over there. So moving on to the command phase, we'll set up our minefield groups. Again, we still have 16 commands for them, and let's get those set up here. Most of them are going to be moves. There's a few no commands over here. These guys are going to be trying to recover, and hopefully we'll get them back up to speed. A lot of moves for these guys. There we go with the Scorpions. They will be moving in, just double checking some shots here. And then we got our mortars, and then our mortars are going to be firing, maybe smoke, or maybe we'll go after them with plunging fire on the martyrs, seeing as they're open topped over there. We've got one of the Scorpions is actually going to be firing instead of moving, because we've got 2 in position to go after these 2 initial minefields. So now we go on to the cruiser squadron. They are going to get fires and some moves on there. You can see the platoon that's over here is going to be firing in support, trying to get the Scorpions into place. The other ones to the north are going to be moving, try to get through the gap that was blown open by the engineers. The T company right behind them, pretty much all moves. They won't move too far, but they'll just stay up with everybody. And then the battalion command, which is back here, is going to get their independent commands, which are moves. Then we go to the medium cruisers, which are down here. That's the Shermans. They are going to get moves as well. Okay, so that should do it. Oh, we set up an NC because a martyr is going to try to recover because he's suppressed. Okay, so initiative phase, 50 or less, 72. So Commonwealth is the first player. All right. So we are taking a shot at the 101 down here, and actually it's going to be with the Matilda, I think, and I didn't put that in there. There we go. That's what I got. The Scorpion. 151, that's this guy back here. He's going to take a shot at the Martyr over here. Hopefully, can get a turret hit because it's weaker up there. So they fire AP at the 101, Martyr 3, long range, veteran, medium cover. So it's going to be less than or equal to 24 to get a hit. Ooh, got a 13. Ooh, that's nice. Let's see what damage it does. Location, it's 8, which is a hull. So the Matilda's penetration is a 9 versus the Martyr's armor of 11. So we'll do a variable penetration roll. There's a difference of 2. There's a chance we can destroy it if we get some good rolls. First one's an 8. That's good. That's a +1, makes it 9. And we get a 6, which is not good enough. So it winds up being makes it a 10 to 11. Just failed to penetrate that hull armor down there. So moving along, the Crusader 221, which I believe is this guy right here, next up in line, firing at the same target. Pretty much the same shot, the same gun there. So it's 24 or less. Rolls a 36, that's a miss. And then we move along to 222, which is up here, taking a shot. He fires 79, that's a miss. All right. And now 223, which he's stacked with them here. Same target, 32, miss. All right, so we got one hit, the whole thing, but it didn't penetrate on there as well. So we're going to have to get the mortars into action. So mortar 134 back here, as you can see with the line of sight line. It's going to try to take a shot. GP at the mortar. It's extreme range. So he's a 3, veteran, medium cover, which is a 1P. So final is going to be 3 to 1. And then with all of the modifiers there, it winds up being 52 or higher for suppress, 79 or higher for effectiveness. Rolls a 9. That did not do it. So 133 is going to do the same thing. Rolls a 75, so this time they suppress them. All right, so the mortars do get some rounds getting there close, making them duck behind the open-topped armor of the vehicle, and that'll help make less of a chance of them to hitting anything. So moving along here, now we go to the German direct fire. So that Martyr 101, that's been the target of everything. It's going to take a shot. He is going to look to fire at the Scorpion 153, who's right here in front of the minefield. He needs a 25 or less to hit. He's a veteran, medium range moving, and suppressed. So he needs 25 or less, rolls a 79. That's not going to do it, miss. Okay, now we've got the 88, trying to see if they've got the visibility, and they don't. So we're checking command, it's 31. There's no targets, so he's going to flip to an Overwatch. Okay, now we're going to go up to command 1, or hidden unit 1, right here, and see what his is going to be. Because he's within 16. Remember, they can start placing commands when they're within 16 hexes of our Commonwealth troops. The roll of 46 plus 20 makes 66. Changes to an Overwatch just because he can't see anything from there. That should be good enough. Checking some more. Let's see how far they are. So they can actually see it. So they're going to get a command. So that'll be a 10. Let's see, that's hidden unit 10, excuse me. Command check plus 20 static units. So he rolls a 90. Oh, he's going to get dug in. He's going to go full cover and no command. All right, so now we get to the movement phase. Coming back over here, and first off, we're going to try with our our close assault for our engineers up here to try to go in for this last minefield over here and clear a little bit more avenue for the units to move in. So they're going to go after this hex here, as we'll see in a second. Yeah, here we go. 141, 142, which they're up here. The engineers attack minefield and through 3Q9, that's here. So it's going to be 8 to 6 with a 2 squads. So it gets a +1. That gets a plus modifier, and a veteran. So it's going to be 47 or greater to be effective. 26. That's good at dark. So they fail to clear that minefield. All right. So there's no German movement first. So it's all Commonwealth. And we're going to get our first Scorpion down here is moving up into the minefield and starting the flail going, and they're going to attack the minefield. So with a special rule for them, they are going to attack the minefield with 12 strength points against 6 defense points for the minefield. And they are veteran, so it's going to be effective on 55 or greater. 64, that'll do it. So we cleared one, and that's very good. Good start. Now we'll go to the second one. Just moved up over here, and the engineer shouldn't have moved up, but we'll flip them back. There we go. So they're going to go after him. 55 or greater again. They roll a 59. It's successful. So that minefield is gone. All right, great. We're halfway there on breaking through in the southern half of the field. And now we are going to get rid of some fire markers, change some spottings, and get to our moving. So where our breakthrough is, we're going to start off with our first AEC moving forward. Just trying to stay out of range, but the 88 should be able to see them, I think. Because he was Overwatch. I think I take the shots later with it. I noticed it later. That's okay, because he stopped moving, and I don't think there's going to be anybody else that's going to come into range for them. On here. And a few more moves. Some of the sporting troops over here. We've got a white scout car over here with Warren infantry. They're going to try to move up, but they've got some scrub brush, so they're going to have to go around. So that's going to take them a little bit of time there. We've got that. Now here comes the Crusaders. The bigger ones to come through to help provide fire support on these guns in this gun position. And now we've got some more moving up. That's the command units. Okay, now we've got the Shermans coming up. Shermans. There we go. And others are kind of just waiting back here because they really can't do too much. Some of the command units moved up over here. That's good. Keeping everybody together so we're in command. And now here comes battalion units coming up to stay in battalion command. And then finally the AT company. Well, there's one white scout car that moved up too, but here comes the AT company. Here we go. All right. So, oh, I know what I did. They didn't fire because they could only fire through their front arc. This is kind of interesting. They did not fire, and let me show you why they did not fire. If we go over and take a look at their card, and that 88, you'll notice they have a field of fire of only 60 degrees, which means they can't fire outside their cover arc until they pivot. So they pivot now, so they'll be able to shoot on the next turn. Okay, so we've got that set in the adjustment phase, and now we go to the turret phase, which everybody's pointing in the right direction that I want them to, so we're in good shape there. Full cover adjustment, and now there wasn't anybody going into full cover or coming out of full cover, so now we're going to go with suppression adjustment here. So we're going to do some rolling here. We got a number of them here that we need to get. The Martyr first, 102, right here. He needs to roll a 70 or less. Rolls a 69, just gets it. And then we've got over here, we've got a rifle unit right here. And he needs a 70 or less. Rolls a 37, he's good. And then we're going to do 131, which is right beside him, right there. 70 or less, rolls a 4. These guys are all coming back. And next one is 132, that's this guy down here. He is going to roll 70 or less. Yes, they are, all low numbers, so all successful. All right. So now we go to the morale adjustment. There's nothing yet. We haven't reached our morale levels, and we haven't had any overruns, so we're in good shape there. Counter adjust, and we moved counters and the turn. So there we have it. End of turn 7, with the Commonwealth pushing through, and also making good headway down in the south here too, to get rid of these minefields so we can get the other group moving down here as well. So we'll see what happens. We are going to have to be careful up here. We're going to have to see what this is. These AE1s are going to have to take a brave step forward to try to discover what these guys are. And hopefully the Crusaders right behind them can take some shots at them and knock them out before they can do any real damage. So we'll get back to you with turn 7. Okay, here we are back at turn 8. So where we left off with that breakthrough, let's see how it continues. So turn 8, spotting phase, similar to what we had with turn 7. Pretty much everybody's spotted for the Commonwealth, only the visible Germans yet. These guys can't quite, this AE1 over here can't quite see this unit over here, but this turn should turn them up here as we go through it. So going on to the command phase. Nobody was lost in the last turn, so we still have our 16 commands for the minefield group. Mostly going to be move commands. We get our Scorpions moving and our command units moving. We're going to have to be a little bit careful, make sure we keep these guys in range for the next turn with everything. Our mortars are going to be firing, typical. And now up here with this group that's broken through, the Crusaders, some of them are going to move, some of them are going to fire in a moment. And there we go. There's our fire, and they're going to overwatch. And then down here, these Crusaders are actually going to move. That's these guys down here, here, and excuse me, here and here. They're going to move to get back with their company. And now we've got the AE1s. They're going to be moving as well. And there we go. Now the AT company gets their commands, again, all moving. They're pretty much concentrated right here for the moment. There we go, just some extra ones on there just so I can have a little bit of flexibility. Battalion back here, here, and here, get their individual commands. And then the medium cruiser squadron back here, they're actually lined up to form a gun line to go after those martyrs. So they're going to get some fire commands, and the second platoon within there is going to move up along with the command units. Okay, so there we have it. So we've got some supporting fire, and we've got some movement to try to break through and discover what's out there for the other German units. So the initiative phase, roll a 52. That's good. Commonwealth gets the first go, and it's the fire. No indirect fire, as well as Germans don't have any indirect fire as well. Commonwealth direct fire. So here we're going to go after that martyr before it gets us. We're going to do the AE1. It's going to fire at the 102. That's this guy here against him. That's a 2-pound gun. They're in range. They should be able to hit him. but first we got to check on their command. So they have no command. But I switched that over to an Overwatch. They're so close that I can't see them, not doing anything on there. So it's going to be an Overwatch. So it's going to be short range, veteran, medium cover as a size. So it's going to be 49 or less to hit. It's 47. So the AEC1 hits. Front side location roll. Rolls a 0. It's a track hit. But it's but he's hull down, so it's going to be a miss. All right. So then we've got the Crusader behind it. Is going to fire medium range, veteran, medium cover. The size, and there's a size modifier for the Martyr, so it's going to be a 35 or less to hit. 65, that's a miss. All right. So we missed on both of those. So we're just checking some ranges here to see if we can see anything, but we can't. They're too far away and they're in full cover. Same with them over there. Okay, so now we're going to be going after them with our Shermans. So our Sherman, 515. By the way, I didn't note it down here, but I had planned on shooting all 3 of these at them, and then these 2 are going to go after the other Martyr down below. So the Sherman over here, he needs a 35 or less, rolls a 5, so he's a hit. Frontal location, so rolls a 3, which is turret. So the penetration is 15, the armor is 3. There's no variable penetration roll on this. This could get ugly. Rolls a 1, which is no damage. But we do need to do a bailout. Oh, bailout is 10 or less. Oh, they rolled a 3, so they did bail out. So they got rattled enough that they're running away, abandoning the vehicle. That's good. Doesn't count for a victory point, but at least they're not shooting at us. We may take them out later when we're cleaning stuff up just to get the points. Okay, moving along. Now, 511 and 512, as I just mentioned, they're going to fire at the other Martyr. That's 101. So we're going to do a command check on 101. It rolls a 44 plus 20 for being static. A 64, he's going to get a fire command. Which is not quite right. I think I correct this later because he is suppressed, so he should have a no command. So anyways, first one firing, 511 down here is going to take a shot at him. It's going to be medium range, medium cover, veteran, and size, so it's going to be 35 or less. 55, that's a miss. Second one, same shot pretty much. 36. Oh, just missed him. Just missed him. Okay, so those are all our tanks. Well, we did force one to get bailed out, and he's running away. The other one is still suppressed, so he's not going to be doing too much. Now we're going to get the mortars going after him. This mortar 133 can spot that 88 over there because he's actually a large target, which gives him a little bit more visibility. Plus, he has fired, so we can see them. So, checking the command, he gets a 108, which is a no command, but I'm changing that to an Overwatch, so he potentially can fire back at the other units that fired at him. So the 3-inch fires, extreme range, which is 3. He's a veteran. Full cover. He's under full cover, which is going to give them some protection, which is a +1. They're in the open with a 1S, so they're going to actually be 2S. 3 to 2. So suppression 37 or greater. Effective 64 or greater. Oh, 77. That's going to do it. That knocked him out. So that takes out the 88. which is good and gives us a few more points, which is pretty plausible because those 3-inch could, you know, dropping HE shells on here could hit the gun or wipe out the crew. All right, the 134, he's firing at the Marder 101 over here, and he's going to have suppress greater than 32, effective 59 or greater, and he is missed. And they should have, again, he should have been marked when these guys were as well. So if this guy was destroyed over here, 101 was destroyed by these tanks, he would not, 134 would not be able to fire at all. Okay, so that's it. There's where I changed the command. And there's no German direct fire at the moment because they can't see anything, but we're going to go to a movement phase. And there's going to be no German movement, but there's going to be Commonwealth movement. And I should say that's the close assault first. So the engineers up here are going to attack this minefield again. 57 and greater misses or fails. And now we go straight into the movement. We get the Scorpion 153 moving up to attack that minefield, 12 to 6. He's a veteran, effective greater than 55. Rolls a 13, that's a fail. And actually, back over here, I forgot over here, but I'm doing this on this guy, which is 152 Scorpion, to try to move into that same hex. He's got to do a bog check, and he fails his bog check, so he's not moving. Alright, the other Scorpion's moving up. And there we go. And now we've got some other movement over here. So we've moved up the AEC Mark 1. And now that gets him in range, or spotting range, for the hidden unit number 1. Well, it's an 82, it's going to be an OW, so he's going to take a shot. Now he's still hidden, so we don't know what he is, but he's going to be the 75 taking a shot at him. So it's going to be short range, veteran, but the tank is moving. It's Overwatch and Sunblind, so it's going to be 49 or less to hit him. 57 is a miss, but that's now going to expose him, and we're going to spot him right here. Greater than 20 is needed to spot him, and he is. Let's see, and we're doing an activation roll. He is real. Number of units, -5, 63, makes 57, so it's going to be 1 unit. And the unit type is a 75. That's the 17 right there. So we're going to replace him with a 75 millimeter. And he's still in full cover, but now we can see him and we know what he is. Still can't see him, he's out of range. So he's going to move up and out of the way. He doesn't want to be shot up, so he did his job to expose him. Now we're going to let the Crusaders down here take a shot at him eventually here as well. And now we get the white scout car moving up and deploying their infantry, which this is good because this is going to be a nice, good combined arms because this guy is has the 2-inch mortar, so he can fire in here as well as lay down some smoke if need be, if things get a little bit crazy. All right, continuing on here, checking some visibility, still nothing yet. So now we get some more movement up there like so. He's going to head over there. That's another white scout car down here. That's number 112. He just has some regular infantry. He's coming up to support the infantry with the mortars. And then we have another Crusader moving up here. Alright, so A1 up here just moves a little bit. moving down. He's kind of done his job too. Trying to look for something else to do. And now we have some more white scout cars pouring through. And just checking some range. Whoops. Yeah, we moved into the adjust phase. I didn't move anything else up from the AT battery yet because I don't want this corridor to get too blocked up here. This is our only corridor through, and I want to make sure I get these tanks back, where are they? Back here, up through there before I get the AT units coming in there. AT units are going to be, they're going to be here not necessarily for combat, but hopefully we can use them to buzz off the edge to get the victory points on there as well. So I'm kind of leaving that for there. This over here kind of blocked up until we get these minefields cleared. So that's why there was not much movement down below. I do need to be careful though, because I do have some range issues with command range issues with my units here. So here's my command, but these guys are well within their range, so they're okay for next turn. All right, so we go to the adjust. There's no pivot adjustment. Turret adjust, no turret adjust. Now the full cover is coming off. So I've got some full cover down here with these guys who just recovered, so those are going to go away. Suppression adjust. The only thing we've got over here is this German Martyr 101, who is suppression on over here. He is going to try to recover. Needs a 60 or less, rolls a 43, he's good, so he's back. We're going to have to keep shooting at him. Now there's no morale because we haven't reached the thresholds yet, and then we do our counter adjust. So this is going to get rid of all those other moves, everything else, and we move on to the next turn, which is going to be turn 9. There we have it. So there we are with the breakthrough, at least to the north. And we have successfully gotten some of our cruiser tanks across, as well as some infantry across here as well, setting up to go after another visible unit over here. We've still got to knock out this Martyr down here, and then we still have a lot more units because we see you got these guys up on the hill, which are going to start to spot us and take shots at us, as well as these guys protecting the southern flank down here. Now I'm hopeful to have these guys pivot right here. These guys here, once they've figured out who these are, pivot and come down this way towards the track and the road. So if we can get them on the track and the road, that'll speed things up. But we do need to make sure we've got a cleared track and road so that there's a corridor here for the units to move down very quickly. But there's going to be still a lot of heavy fighting because you can see over here there's a lot of units, hidden units, that are still need to be figured out. So there we have it. We're at the end of turn 8, going on to turn 9. Hopefully you're enjoying these, and you'll like and subscribe for the rest of the videos. Have a great day.